Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Truth Tellin with myself, Deirdre Ryan. I'm a certified parent coach, and I work with clients in person in Cork City, as well as online or over the phone. And I often host different workshops and meetups and support groups. So if you're in need of support, do get in touch. I will put my email in the comments. And yeah, I know I haven't been around in quite some time. I had a very hard and sad summer where my beloved dad got sick in May and diagnosed with cancer in June. I turned 90 in July. They stopped treatment in August, and he passed away with us at home on the 3rd of September. So it has been quite a journey, and I feel blessed that I had my dad for 47 years, and I would like to have my dad for another 47 years. I never fully understood the impact of the loss of a parent, so anyone who's listening, just love to you as well. Yeah, it's something I never could have understood until I've experienced it myself, and will continue to experience it. But again, gosh, the importance of parents and the roles they play. Even for myself, I feel more vulnerable now that my dad's gone. I feel like a layer of protection is somehow gone. So we do play such an important role in our children's lives, whether we're parents, step parents, carers, grandparents, right? We do play such a powerful and ongoing role. So that said, a few things. I'm back working in the libraries, and I happened to find this book this week, which I really liked, and I think I will read to you. All the Ways to Be Smart. But then today, I was listening to a podcast, the Neurodiversity podcast, and Seth Perler was on it, and he works with executive function, and I really support his work as well. And he was talking about what came up was he had just talking about procrastination, and he was talking about how all the ways that our kids may not think they have any skills, that they may not think they're smart, or if they're not successful in the things that our culture may be telling us are the most important things, predominantly academics, right? Especially in school. A lot of schools hold academics to be the highest value. So marking the way they move kids along, right? It's all done through academics. That is not every child's strong suit. It doesn't need to be. We don't want a world where we're all good at one thing and not another, right? It doesn't work. So he had mentioned that, and then I've heard it many times. I'm not sure how they come up with statistics like this, but the idea that kids who have ADHD, are given out to about 20,000 times more than their neurotypical peers by the age of 12. So think about all the things that they do and need to do with their bodies, movement, the fidgeting, the ways they see the world, the way they process the world, how they process information. They're most likely being getting in trouble for or giving out to for, right? It's really, it's quite devastating, right? Myself, I'm autistic, and I know the impacts of these outside perceptions on our internal well-being and mental health, right? So I heard that, and then where Seth Perler was talking about it. And Summer Farrelly is a young teen autistic advocate in Australia, and I love their work, and I do follow them. And they had mentioned that back when they had been in primary school, that they were, there was an assembly and they were given awards out to the kids, and Summer was told that they had received an award for being, for their work as a young carer to other kids. And the assembly came, and all the kids' names were called out, and Summer's name wasn't called out, and they said that they told the other kids, but I had got an award. I won this award, and nobody believed him. And then they said, probably not as important. That's why they didn't read it out. And sure enough, the reason is because it wasn't academic. So again, it was all of these bits mixed together. I had to come in and remind all of us, right? When we're, our kids, especially if they're struggling in any way in school or in social environments, right? They're going to start to internalize that there's something wrong with them, that they're broken, that they're bad, right? Not good enough. And all of these really harmful internalized voices are detrimental to their mental health, right? There's no other way of saying it. Right? So I think it's really important for us to really look and acknowledge our kids, especially if they're not getting any sort of acknowledgement for what they bring to the world, that we really take the time to sit back, notice, point out, celebrate our children for the beautiful gifts that they bring to the world. There isn't one set of gifts that are the most important, right? Our culture may feel like it's telling us that, especially around the importance of academics and schooling and, grades, right? It can be quite detrimental if getting good grades doesn't come well to you. And even getting good grades really has no true bearing on how you learn or what you know. There's so many studies around the practice of testing, and that there really are stress tests. So again, highly emotional, neurodivergent brains often don't do well under stress, right? So they're not accurate representations of what someone knows. I was speaking to two Spanish parents at story time today, and we were talking about language and the difference to being able to use language and scoring well on tests. Right? So I'd studied French for 5 years, Spanish for 2, top marks in all of them, and I can't speak, read, write, or understand either language, and I couldn't then either. Right? So they're very different. Right? The idea of tests being this marker of intelligence it's not as accurate as people give it credit for. But anyway, I want to read this book, and I just invite all of you to, not even just with your children or grandchildren, just with yourself, sit back at the end of the day and really take in, the things that your gifts, what you're bringing to the world. Like your magnificence, right? Because we are such magnificent human beings with such varied talents and skills and gifts, and we need all of them, right? And we want all of them celebrated and seen in the world. So take the time to sit back, look at your children, look at yourself, partners, friends, right? And really just acknowledge, gratitude. When Clara was younger, and we used to write out what we bring to the family. I'm trying to think of what the word family contributions. I had heard it on a parenting conference years ago. And the importance that we all want to contribute to the family. And Clara was very young, and the contributions they're not just things like chores or preparing food or all the things that we do as well. Also very important, not diminishing them, but also Clara's contributions was their sense of humor, their laughter, their smile, their gift of singing they give freely every day, right? This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. So I figure first day back, all of these little pieces have been telling me the same thing. So I think it's important. Let's jump into this little book here. It's called All the Ways, to Be Smart. It's written by Davina Bell and illustrated by Allison Colpoys. Right? So here we go. All the ways to be smart. So let's remember this, not just for our kids, for ourselves as well. Okay. I can't wait to share with you how smart you are the whole day through. Smart at drawing witches' hats, smart at gluing wings on bats, smart at rhyme and telling time and building cubbies, making slime. Smart is not just ticks and crosses. Smart is building boats from boxes, painting patterns, wheeling wagons, being mermaids, riding dragons. Smart at drawing things with claws, facts about the dinosaurs, folding airplanes for flying. Smart is kindness when there's crying. Growing, throwing, bubble blowing. Smart is knowing where you're going. Finding treasures, flower picking, ukulele, finger clicking. Smart at sharing, caring, scaring, smart at picking what you're wearing. Smart at saying hi and bye to people when they feel all shy. Crazy dances, horsey prances, feeling scared but taking chances, jumping off so you can fly, smart at asking how, what, why. Smart at building ships to Mars, drawing very pointy stars, knowing all the planet names, making spacesuits that shoot flames. Smart at matching shapes and pairs like hexagons and big blue squares, counting all the way past 40, being sorry when you're feeling naughty. Smart at bugs and squeezy hugs and mixing potions up in mugs. Making up new games with teams and floating off on daytime dreams. That's a big one for a neurodivergent brain that's often being given out to, right? All the beautiful dreaming. Smart is reading, writing, spelling, but it's also storytelling. Finding things on all the pages, sitting still and quiet for ages. Smart is not just being best at spelling bees, a tricky test, or knowing all the answers ever. Other things are just as clever. Every hour of every day, we're smart in our own special way. And nobody will ever do the very same smart things as you. The end. I think that's an absolute beautiful book. Great reminder for all of us. So again, the invitation is to go on a discovery. What are the things that make you, what they're using the term as, is smart? What are the gifts that you bring? What are you sharing so beautifully and effortlessly with the world? And celebrate it, because it's so necessary and it's so important. We all are, academic or not. It's all important, right? Whether we can sit still or not, all important. So much love to you all, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.